Ever wished you had a sensor that could, like, sniff out explosives like a bomb-sniffing dog?
Yeah, yeah.
But, smaller.
Right.
Or maybe one that could detect, like, pollutants in water.
Uh-huh.
Get ready to dive into the mind-blowing world of nanotechnology.
Okay.
But don't worry, we're keeping it jargon-free today.
That's good.
We're diving into metal-organic frameworks.
MOFs?
Yeah, MOFs. They're like these tiny, customizable building blocks with huge EE potential, especially for sensing applications.
Yeah, and in this deep dive, we're going to be looking at some really cutting-edge research on a specific MOF. It's causing quite a stir.
So imagine, like, a really tiny, crazy, porous building block. You'd need a microscope to see it.
Yeah.
That's basically what an MOF is, right?
Yeah, it's a framework. And it's built from these metal ions and organic molecules, and it has all these tiny spaces, pores, and they can trap very specific molecules.
And they can trap them.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's what gives them the potential for sensing.
That's what gives them the potential for sensing, yep.
And what's cool about this specific MOF is that scientists have figured out how to make it glow.
Yeah, they've added a fluorescent tag, it's called Pyrene, to the MOF.
So it's like each building block has its own little light bulb.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a tiny little beacon.
So we've got these, like, microscopic glowing MOFs.
Right.
But how do they actually work as sensors?
Okay, so...
What happens when they encounter, like, I don't know, an explosive, for example?
Well, this is where things get really elegant. This MOF can detect explosives, but also certain types of molecules called anions.
Like what?
Things like fluoride or phosphate.
Hold on. It can detect both. This thing is multitasking at, like, the molecular level.
Yeah, it is. It's amazing. And it does it through changes in its fluorescence, so how it glows.
Oh, okay.
So let's start with anion detection.
Yeah.
When the MOF encounters specific anions, its fluorescence, it gets brighter and it shifts to a bluer color.
So the MOF is like a mood ring for molecules.
Yeah, kind of.
It changes color based on what it encounters.
Yeah, but instead of emotions, it's detecting the presence and concentration of these anions.
Mm-hmm.
And this is really a breakthrough because previous sensors, they were often bulky, they required complex analysis. This MOF, it just offers simple visual detection.
Okay, I need a bit more than simple to, like, really grasp this whole blue shifting thing. What's the science behind this molecular mood ring? So walk me through this. How does the presence of these anions actually make the MOF glow blue?
Okay, so remember those pyrene tags we talked about?
Yeah.
Each one is like a tiny beacon, and when they're close together, their light combines.
Okay.
And that creates a stronger, bluer signal.
So it's like each pyrene molecule is a singer,
Yeah.
and when they're clustered together, they form a choir,
Yeah.
making a louder, more resonant sound.
That's a great analogy. And just like a choir director, right?
Yeah.
Arranges singers, these anions, they actually bring those pyrene molecules closer together.
Wow.
And this forms what's called an excimer.
An excimer.
Yeah. And that emits light at a different wavelength, causing that blue shift.
Okay, so the more anions are present, the more those pyrene molecules, like, cuddle up, and the bluer the glow.
Precisely. It's like a visual gauge telling us exactly how much of a particular anion is present.
That's wild.
And remember, being able to detect these anions is really important. You know, we're talking about monitoring things like fluoride levels in drinking water or phosphates that contribute to algal blooms and things like that.
It's like having these, like, microscopic environmental detectives working at the source of the problem.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
But we've also got this explosive detecting side to the MOF. Does that work the same way?
Right. So
More blue means more danger.
this is where the story takes another turn. Instead of amplifying the glow, the explosive TNP, it does the opposite. It quenches the fluorescence, like turning off a light switch.
So no blue light special on aisle 5 if TMP is around.
Exactly. Imagine those pyrene molecules happily glowing, and then TNP walks in and just absorbs all their energy, shuts down the party.
Wow.
And this quenching, it's incredibly selective to TNP, even when you've got other similar compounds present.
So even if there are other molecules jostling around, this MOF can pinpoint TNP.
That's right.
Oh.
Like being able to spot a single firefly in a field of flashing lights.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, and this level of selectivity, it's a game changer, especially for security applications.
Okay, this is really blowing my mind. We've got this one tiny MOF that can detect both pollution and explosives.
Yeah.
All thanks to some, like, very strategic glowing.
It's pretty amazing.
But what does this actually look like in the real world? Are we talking about, like, sprinkling glowing MOF dust at security checkpoints.
Not quite. That's it. You're on the right track. What's so exciting about this research is that it paves the way for these portable, highly sensitive sensors that can be used in a wide range of settings.
Okay, now you're speaking my language. Real-world applications, let's go.
Yeah.
Paint me a picture.
Yeah.
What could this actually look like? So paint me a picture. What could this actually look like in the real world?
Okay, so imagine like a handheld device.
Okay.
Something like, a futuristic detective's tool, right?
Okay.
You could scan a water sample with it and instantly see if there are, say, unsafe levels of fluoride.
Wow. No more waiting for lab results. That would be a game changer.
Yeah.
Especially like in areas with limited access to clean water.
Exactly. Or picture this. Security personnel at like airports or other high security areas, right? They could use a similar device to quickly and accurately detect, trace amounts of explosives.
Wow.
Even in really crowded environments.
Yeah. That sounds incredibly valuable.
Yeah.
So much faster and more precise than like traditional methods.
And we're just scratching the surface,
Yeah.
This technology has the potential to revolutionize things like environmental monitoring, healthcare diagnostics, even food safety.
Wow.
The possibilities really are vast.
It's amazing to think that this tiny glowing MOF could have such a huge impact on so many aspects of our lives. It really highlights how breakthroughs in nanotechnology can lead to real-world solutions for some of our biggest challenges.
Absolutely. And we're incredibly excited about the possibilities.
Yeah.
This research presents, and the specific MOF,
Yeah.
with its ability to detect both anions and this particular explosive, it raises a really interesting question.
Okay, I'm all ears. What's the question?
Well, if we can tailor this MOF to detect these two very different types of substances, what other combinations might be possible? Could we design MOFs to sense, specific diseases, toxins, or even other explosives with the same level of accuracy and efficiency?
That's a really good question. It's like opening a door to a whole new world of sensing capabilities.
Exactly.
Who knows what incredible discoveries await us as scientists continue to explore the potential of MOF technology.
It's a really exciting time to be doing this research, that's for sure.
It really is. Well, there you have it. A deep dive into the glowing world of MOFs and their potential to change the way we sense the world around us. It's mind-blowing to think that something so small could have such a huge impact. Be sure to check out the show notes for more information on this fascinating research and the amazing world of MOFs. Until next time, stay curious.